Welcome everyone to another glorious day in Subnautica modded. I started a new base last time in the dunes after I got back in, the know of what I was doing since it had been a while after leaving this to do below zero. I used a lot of supplies. I bought a few things, but I still have money coming in. I still have supplies building up. It's time to keep using stuff up. Let's add another 16 of the jet stream turbines to the dunes base. Make sure I'm not about to be swarmed by a reaper. We'll add these that I mentioned last time, being able to do this because I want kind of a almost circular shape to it, which of course we don't have a circular edged foundation platform to use. It's unfortunate. Maybe somebody could mod for that. And so I'm gonna do the same kind of thing. I'm gonna match it up like on the corner. It really doesn't matter which way I rotate them, because once I turn them on, they're going to turn their own way. But just for the sake of being like, well, I tried to line them up a certain way, they just didn't cooperate. I'll do it like this. That's okay. That's, yeah, not going to work. About like that. I don't really have like a marker to go by on these. I'm just kind of estimating a matching difference between the two sides, but yeah, there we go. So that's going to be an extra 4 along each side. And I miscounted. I planned for 4 per side, and I've actually been doing 5 per side. So I am short 4 jet streams now. But that's okay, because it's a quick hop back through the teleporter and I can get some more. So that will put me up to, once those are in place, should be 20,000 power. I was at 10,000 before I started this. So that is going to give us a very nice look to all of these, especially at night. You're going to have them all lit up very light bluish green, like a teal color, I guess you would say. There we go. 20,000 power at just this one base, transmitting back to the main base as well for even more power. I'm well above that 100,000 mark, but without just doing an obscene number of these, I'm not going to hit 1 million without completely lagging this game to being unplayable. So I also have thermal spots here underneath, so why waste them when we can make use of them to add just a little bit more power? Maybe the reapers get tired of swimming and stop producing a current for the turbines, since that's the thing. Some thermal power as a backup just in case. And now I've got the 2 thermal plants attached. A little bit more power. And so why not? This is a power station. Really, it's not research. It's all about power here. At least at the moment. We're going to go ahead and put in 10 power storage cells here. And let this basically drain away as it's trying to charge them all. And we can't forget our lovely little creature egg right here. Gotta take him. I did grab a couple of slices of Rogue Cradle. Or Rouge Cradle, just to try something. Somebody did mention in a comment recently, I remember seeing that it's also a good source of light, and it is. It's got an interesting bit of light there. So I thought, what if we put in some, it's not functional like the creepvine sea clusters, but it does give a bit of light. So what if we do just, instead of light sticks, I use the fact that I have exterior pot capabilities along with this little smart planter pot we just put in. I can put these in and plant the Rouge Cradle to add a little lighting flare around these. All right, and again, having an interesting thing. I leave and I come back, and now it's showing an extra 30,000 power total for this base. After I added in this, which is, a total of all of these, 3,000 power each, 10 of them. So it gives me a power capacity of an extra 30,000. And I feel like I had this happen a couple times with the other base where even though I added them, it counted them and then it stopped counting them. So it's going to be interesting to see if it stays like this or the next time I save and load the game save, it changes again. So after I leave the base, by going outside, come back in, it's already down that 30,000. So this was added to the total and now it's no longer part of the total. All because I stepped outside. 202 per minute, 196, 190, 193. So I'm getting a lot more variation here than I have, in other places. I mean, all the way down to 177 here per second. So a much wider range of variation in the power output of this spot in the dunes as compared to some of the other places. So you know what would be really out of place here? I'm thinking a giant cove tree, and I'm hoping that it will spread out enough that will hide the planter visual, because I mean it's in there. I am producing a ton of power from this base, so why have just the one power bank? Let's do 2 of them, and let's see if I can get to line up a little bit nicer. Yeah, kind of wanting to get them even around the center there. That's close. Now let's see. Okay, so those have no power. So these are the ones that have power. We'll put those back in on that one. So it's fully charged. Doesn't have to recharge again. It'd be great if they backport the little meter on stuff like batteries and, your food and everything, so you can see durability, duration, stuff like that. It'd be great if they backport that, hopefully. And just while it was on my mind, I thought I'd come over here to the Spice Flows base, and I never did fill this up, which is fine. I'm about to actually put 2 more over here as well. Actually, almost tempted to put them on that and go like 4 here, because I'm generating even more power here, and a portion of that is from a lot of thermal plants down below. So I kind of feel like I do want to go with maybe 4 power storage installs here, because in the end, that would be a lot more power. So there we go. 3 more power storage pieces and 40 power storage cells. And I didn't even think about the fact I don't have room for all of that. Once these are all completely charged, that will be an extra 120,000 power in storage here. And if it starts counting towards the total capacity, right there is currently counting towards the total capacity until I exit the base and come back in. 251,000 power. So with these, I have broken 250,000 power storage. And now it shows 60,000 power less total, from 251,000 to 191,000. Okay, so that's balancing out. That one's like dropping a little bit. Like it goes up, goes back down. Like it's staying right at the same amount, but it's pulsing, whereas this is like steady. That's interesting. And that one's just sitting there like, I'm not doing anything. And this one has a whopping 10 power total. That one's going up. And that one's going up. So like this one started getting power, and then the other 2 just bullied it and like, no, you're not getting any more power. This one like just barely even got a chance to get going. So the Reaper base is charged, and it's just pushing a little extra power towards the main base, which is probably distributing it I would assume with the other ones, letting everything charge. So it's time to, while things get charged up, let's do some more work here. Let's see, that's where I came in through. So we're going to try, we'll start with a window here. Yes. And, there's, yeah, ladder in front. I might move the ladder. For right now, though, I'm going to do 4 windows. And I've got more than enough hull strength right now, thanks to all the foundations. So I should be good. We'll have this, which, oh man, if they start having the battery storage, the power storage ones count towards the total. 2 more, 2 more, 2 more, 2 more. That's 60,000 power per wall section, and there's 4 of them. That'd be another 240,000 power. I could, if they make those count towards the total, I can push that 1 million power quite quickly. So up top, we're going to make this into a living quarters kind of thing for the person that's here to maintain it. Like maybe a lighthouse kind of thing where it's like one person on duty and they just rotate out. So one person will be here for like a week or 2 by themselves, and then somebody else comes and takes over for like 2 weeks. Yeah, we'll do it kind of like that theme to it. So we need living quarters for them. And we'll probably combine a few things in this room. They want some privacy in here. So we'll do the bathroom kit in here. I don't like how that's poking through. So maybe this will help hide it a bit. Maybe not. So we got a single bed. We're going to have water fountain. Sea breeze for storing some food. Hydroponic harvester so they can grow food. So, they're out here. If they're cut off for some reasons, somebody can't get out here, which, it seems like they'd probably be okay with the teleporter. But let's say the teleporter breaks. They're on their own. They will make sure they got food. All right, fine. Got it. We'll do this. We'll have all that. And you know what? Let's just do creep vine sea clusters based off the fact that, they might need to make some lubricant to keep the turbines spinning. And then we're going to add one more thing. If I can find it. Because it might be out here by themselves. Medical bay. And I'm moving the ladder. It's just not going to work for me having it right there. We're just going to put it right smack in the middle. And now we're going to do the mini medical bay there. So if they're hurt, they take care of themselves, It means we're going to move this ladder as well right to the middle. Means I won't have the same view when I come running in and I'm like, right into the portal. No, I have to step around it now, but if I want to, I got room for 2 more power storage over there. Another 60,000 over there. If I feel like it. Now let's see. We got the Rouge cradles. However you say it. And they're putting out light from themselves, but they're not lighting the surroundings. It's not like there. I can see a glow coming off it there. They're not doing that here. So either it's the smart planner causing an issue, which I don't recall that being an issue with the smart planner and say like the lantern tree, things like that. But it could also be the fact that I have planted it in the planter and planted it outside. Of course, that is an exterior planter, so it shouldn't be causing a problem with it. That's weird that it's not glowing as much as it does naturally. And now I've got this going. It has some purple lighting for extra effect at night. Just turned the color with the paint tool because I was like, if it's white, it's out of place. The purple matches in with that. And that is almost hiding that. That's looking good. So we're going to show the eggs, of course. And once this is done, see how the roots are kind of starting to go into the ground? I'm hoping it's going to look like it's kind of buried in the ground. Be really great to have like just a way to do a tiny little dig on part of the terrain there to bury the roots further down. Hey, Mr. Reaper. You see me? Yep, you see me. All right, got you to come in after me, which means I should have hopefully a little bit more of a view. Where'd you go? Oh, he left again. And he's going back into the ground. He is shy. It is time to put in a new sign. And you know what? Let's give it a proper name instead of Reaper-tastic. There we go. Roar of the Reaper. And actually, I wonder if I can make this work. Interior. I'm not supposed to be able to place this outside, but I do have the building tweaks mod, so that does help. Okay. Not able to place it on top. Well, I can place it in front. I just can't place it like on top like I was wanting. Let's see. Does it? Oh, it snaps in front of the well, the legs. Sure. We'll just do both like this. Hydroelectric plant, because technically it is. You know, it's all about hydropower, water current power. There we go. A few things. Paint it up. Make it look a little nicer. Make sure, you know, we got everything works. Oh, yeah. Still can't close the door for some privacy, so I guess it's a good thing that I am, you know, the only one here. Oh, yeah. So this one is finally about to finish. I love how one of the zeros at the end is trunked off. Like, it didn't have enough room. 30,000 and 30,000. So that one's done. That's still at 10, so that's not increasing. That's at 509, so that's not increasing. So basically, it went... even though I put this one first, this one second, then third, then fourth, this one became the second one in terms of the ordering, and it's taking all the power now, like just increasing the battery storage faster, as opposed to passing power off to this one or to this one, which again is where that's 1, 3, 4, and 2 is how it ordered. So this one shows the 20,500 correctly. It doesn't show the extra 60,000 there. I go this one. Now this shows 24,500 correctly after this one has started charging, because that's full and that's full, and this one is charging now. So it's showing correctly again. And now this one's showing correctly. If I didn't just get stuck. Whoa. Okay. It's like something's calculating differently. I was at 131,000 and then it shoots up to 251,000 total. And normally when it does that, it doesn't show my current power level that high, but yeah, it just jumped up from like 100,000 to 170,000. So this may be the only time it ever shows this right now. So there you go. I broke 250,000 power in storage tied to all together into one base. So I would say the Roar of the Reaper base has turned out pretty nicely. I mean, it is decorative, it's functional, and thanks to toying around with the battery power, the backup power through it and the Spice Flows base, I have broke that 250,000 mark on my power storage. So I think it's turned out well. I don't need it to be overly fancy. It's meant to be basically a hydroelectric dam. You don't want it to be, you know, the fanciest looking thing at a place that's just about producing power. But it does what it needs to do. It looks like it should. And, you know, only thing different would be if the Reapers would come in and stay there instead of swimming through the terrain all the time. But hey, that's something that the devs will have to fix, because that's a game thing. But that's going to be it for this episode. So if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. And if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.